Hi guys, Steve Girardi here. Welcome to Steve Strings. Today I have for you a comparison video. In the past year I have reviewed 3 different travel tenor ukuleles. And today I'm going to show them each to you side by side so you get to compare them one against the other. So the 3 travel tenor ukuleles I'm looking at today are the Kmise A-9119 zebra wood thin line travel tenor ukulele. The next instrument is the Hricane UKSD-02 solid spruce top cutaway spalted maple back and sides travel tenor ukulele. The third instrument I'm comparing it to is the Makai MT70-TR solid spruce top, laminate mahogany, back and sides, travel tenor ukulele. So let's go ahead and I'll talk briefly about them and then I will play each of them side by side and you'll get to decide for yourself which one you like more. So let's get started. The first of these is the Kmise zebra wood travel tenor. And you can see here it has the zebra wood veneer at the headstock. It has zebra wood on the body and it's laminate all the way around. But it also has this really pretty abalone binding with some purfling and also at the rosette. And I just thought that was really pretty. When I first saw this online, I was like, that is pretty. I would like to get one of those. So let's go ahead and look at the next one. The next instrument is the Hricane UKSD-02. Again, this is a solid spruce top, and it does have this sort of rosette around it, nothing fancy. It's relatively plain when you're looking at it at the front, except it does have this cutaway, which is unique among these 3. You can see it does have the spalted maple veneer on the headstock because that is the sexy stuff going on the back and sides of this instrument. And again, not only does it have that just beautiful, beautiful spalted maple, it also has some nice mahogany binding along with some purfling to accent it. Again, this one has position markers on the face and also on the side, as did the Kmise. This one's a little bit different and it has this sort of mustache-shaped bridge, unlike the other 2, which have the more traditional, just sort of rectangular bridges. The last instrument in this lineup is the Makai MT70-TR. And again, this is a solid spruce top, which is not terribly sexy to look at, right? But it does have some nice binding here on the sides. And ultimately, this has a very, very classic look. And that's a solid spruce top, laminate mahogany back and sides. It has position markers here in the face. Unfortunately, no position markers here on the side. And this did have the laminate veneer of the mahogany on the headstock as well. So this one of the 3 is probably the plainest. And so for those people who like a classic look to their ukulele, they will certainly like this one. If you like something that's a little more flashy or blingy, then you will probably like the Kmise or the Spalted Maple Hricane. So let's go ahead and see how they sound. So there you have it. 3 side-by-side comparisons of both finger picking and strumming of these 3 instruments. What I'm going to do now is go through one at a time, and I'm just going to strum them, trying to do the same sort of intensity of strum so you get a sense of their projection and how loud they are. So again, let's start off with the Kmise. And again, I'll just do a C chord. Pretty good sustain. I plucked a little harder that time. That's more like it. So for a relatively small instrument, thin line, it projects pretty well. And it does have a bit of an arch to the back that I think helps with that. Next, we'll go ahead and look at the Hricane. And again, the C chord here. Probably a little longer sustain. To my ear, the loudness sounds fairly comparable. Let's go back to that Kmise again. Actually, I think the Kmise is actually a little louder than the Hricane. Let's go ahead now and look at the Makai. Also good sustain. This is a solid spruce top. I think it's comparable to the Hricane. I think maybe the Hricane is a little louder. Actually, this one seems a little warmer in sound than the Hricane. Because this is brighter, maybe it seems a little louder. I'd say they're fairly close, although they each have a different sound. They're both solid spruce top, but their tones are slightly different. Let's go back and we'll compare, again, the Makai to the Kmise. They actually seem fairly close. It's funny because sometimes one seems louder than the other. That may be a factor of how hard I'm strumming, even though I'm trying to be consistent. Well, there you have it. I've just played all 3 of these travel tenors that I have. And again, I own the Hricane and the Kmise, and the Makai was very graciously on loan to me from the folks at Makai. And I should say that when we look at the price of these, I presented them in their retail price. I think right now the Kmise is probably the least expensive of this. The Kmise is about 2/3 of what the Hricane is. And the Hricane is about 2/3 the price of what the Makai is. I should say that each of them has a nice tone. And I pick each of them up fairly frequently to play. In fact, for quite a while, this Kmise was one of my favorite ones to play. And this definitely has a warmer sound to it. I think the mids and the lows come out more on this zebrawood one than do the notes on the solid spruce top. Keeping in mind that the zebrawood is a laminate all the way around, and these others are solid spruce top with laminates on the back and sides. So there you have the three. My advice to you is go back and rewind and listen to each of those in turn again, and see what you think. Because if I had to pick my favorite right now, based upon sound, I would be hard pressed to, because each of these has their own voice, and I like each one of them personally. When it comes to looks, the Makai is the more sedate of the three, but again, for folks who like the simplicity of a classic ukulele, they're really going to like this one, because that is what that is. If folks are looking for a little more bling that other people see when they're playing, then they're going to like this Kmise, because that zebra wood with that abalone trim is just really pretty to look at. But some folks don't really like that flashiness, and they want something a little more sedate to project, in which case they're going to really like this Hricane, because it's a relatively, plain color. I mean, it's spruce. It's a plain colored wood, but this little mustache bridge has a nice accent, gives it a little different flavor. Again, it does have this purfling all the way around the edge, which other folks will see, and this cutaway, which really makes it stand out. So this isn't, uber flashy to others, but it has some nice details that really makes it stand out. And then when you flip it over and look at this just drop dead gorgeous spalted maple, a lot of people, I think, are going to like this one. So ultimately, it boils down to, what are you looking for? Are you looking for sound? In which case, beauty is in the ear of the beholder. Or are you looking for what it looks like when you show up at your ukulele group? What do you want to project? It's kind of like, does your car project your image? If so, then perhaps your ukulele also does that for you. So either way, I would love to hear what you think about these three instruments. And I'd like to know not just which one you like the best, but what is it about the one that you like the best that makes you like it the best? I look forward to hear your comments. If you like what you saw today, please give a thumbs up. If you're not already a subscriber, please do. On my channel, I plan on bringing you more instrument reviews, sort of comparison videos, and I also do different kinds of instrument builds. I'll be sharing with you those as well. Thanks for watching.